Welcome, audience. Today, I have with me Lieutenant General retired Naeem Khalid Lodhi, a former Defense Minister of Pakistan and former Defense Secretary of Pakistan. Today, we are discussing a very crucial development that happened yesterday in result of a very strange meeting that was between the Pakistan's National Security Advisor, Dr. Moeed Yusuf, and American National Security Advisor that happened in a third country, Geneva. And prior to that, Dr. Moeed Yusuf was made a week before NSA of Pakistan. And today, the news came out that Pentagon released a statement that Pakistan will let the American use his airspace. So, to discuss this development, sir, what is your analysis and how you see these two things: the meeting between the national security advisors and the press statement released by the Pentagon?
And there's a third thing also, let me add that, and that is today ISA chief briefed the Prime Minister, all the three, service chiefs on matters of security and mutual interest and all that. So what my understanding is, because the things are not very clear as far as I am concerned. My understanding is that this routes which they are talking about, air route and the ground route, that is for the exit of the American forces, not for maintaining them into Afghanistan, because that would be straight away against the agreement between Afghan Taliban and the American forces and the NATO, forces also. Basically, the agreement is between US and Afghan Taliban, with this clear proviso that all foreign forces will leave Afghanistan. It was initially by 1st May, but now it is by 11th of September. So my understanding is that till 11th of September, American forces and NATO forces will be used to freely, will be allowed to freely use the land routes and the air routes via Pakistan. That is what I can say today. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. But if this has happened, which I suspect, I don't think that this would have happened. And even if there was any such understanding, it would have been very naive for the Pentagon to, to talk on that and to, speak on that subject. So I think this is what my understanding is. But I think some clarification from our government must come that what is all this, and what, because it can have very negative implications as far as my understanding is on our relations with the Afghan Taliban, and also from within the country there can be a reaction, a negative reaction on this news. So it is in the interest of the government to clarify it, and in my opinion, most likely 90% I'm sure the version would be that what I'm saying, and instead of keeping it into limbo, they should try and clarify it.
Yeah, so, so far the perception that came out from the Pentagon's statement is that Pakistan has given them, Pakistan has surrendered the airspace and the routes to to the movement of American troops. So why Pentagon want this impression to go in public? Do they want chaos in Pakistan? Because Pakistan has so far not released any kind of statement in this regard.
There's no doubt about it. I've been saying continuously and consistently, and even today I'm of the view that one, Americans do not want peace in Afghanistan, and secondly, Americans want a sort of you can say wedge. They want to draw a wedge between the public and the forces and the government. They want to separate all the three from each other for whatever reasons that we can discuss some other day. So I think this could be their aim. But then if we keep quiet and if we do not give it a rebuttal, then probably it will have those effects which they want to happen. But if we really want to get out of those effects, then I think immediate clarification should be there from the government of Pakistan and ISPR if possible.
Sir, the meeting that happened yesterday between the national security advisors, it happened in Geneva. So do you think it would have any kind of implication that why not Pakistan, why not in America and elsewhere, why Geneva? Why they choose that neutral place, a third country? Isn't it?
I think that doesn't matter because normally it keeps on happening, especially once, the intelligence chiefs or national security advisors, they meet. They can meet at neutral venues. That is not a big thing. I do not grudge that. Uh, of course, the difference between the two persons, their experience, one who knows nothing about the forces and the other who is from the forces, that should be kept in mind, because national security advisor, in my opinion, of Pakistan, under such circumstances where the Kashmir problem is there, the Afghanistan exit is taking place, future Afghan dispensation we know is in limbo. So in such circumstances, a person who understands nothing about the force potential of Pakistan and comparative influence that we can have because of this force is a strange thing to happen. Anyway, it is for the government to decide. I can't say anything.
Sir, lastly, concludingly, let's suppose you are sitting as a national security advisor in Prime Minister's office. Then what statement you would have released after this Pentagon's release of statement?
I think I would have clarified that whereas this is true that Pakistan has given its land and air routes to American forces and the NATO forces, but that is only for their exit from Afghanistan, so that we facilitate their move out from Afghanistan. This should, I would have given the statement. I think this would have been a very apt statement.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for your time.